everybody? I'm Sabrae.
Yatta.
I'm Sean.
And this is No Disclaimers Podcast. Today we have two guests, JeeVan Brown and John. I didn't put your... Okay, Anderson. Yes. Okay, let me turn this down a little bit. Shout out to CCB.
Shout out Curry. Shout out E-Time. What up?
Yes. On this show, we are very honest, very candid about new topics, old topics, whatever it is that millennials are dealing with at the moment. So really, no disclaimers is self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? So feel free to be yourself and weigh in. And
Sabrae trying to give them the low down.
You can't have this in the background while you do that. I'm sorry.
I know. Let me turn this down. Okay. Well, first of all, thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I can't tell if that's Yatta's clappers or the sound effects.
Wow.
Two set of clappers.
That was like 4 years ago.
No, but for real, first of all, let's introduce, I guess, the man of the hour.
Introduce yourself.
JeeVan Brown. JeeVan Brown. Is it? Do you say it JeeVan?
JeeVan.
JeeVan.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me do it a little bit. Okay, explain that a little bit.
In your fast.
Nah, I don't got any.
He used to say like
It's French.
JeeVan.
Yeah,
You gotta say it for the bitches like that. Bitches think you from somewhere else.
I did that in high school all the time because people like forget my name, but when I say it JeeVan, they remember that.
JeeVan.
But it's an Indian name and it means one who brings life. So
Okay.
so every time I meet an Indian, they be like, "Are you Indian?" I be like, "No, it's just my name is Indian."
Yeah. You are author.
Yes.
And you are from this area.
Yes.
You're from PG County, Maryland, right?
Yes. And I live in Atlanta now.
Fellow Jajua.
I went to Flowers. I'm an author. Books in different schools. Used to make beats. Write for Ozone magazine.
Oh, damn.
I've done a lot.
Yeah.
She tried to bring every person that ever graduated from Flowers. We done had like 40 Flower alumni.
That's what she knows.
God damn.
First of all, I don't even be bringing guests because I don't even like people. So that's that on that.
How you get to the show? Thank you.
He knew the break from the barber shop.
We might as well bring. Who your mascot?
Well, I'm sorry.
Bring the mascot next week.
Sorry we didn't bring.
Flowers undefeated right now.
Well, nigga, go get Navarro Bowman. Okay? Go get Barrow. Go get
I
Barrow.
went to the game on Friday.
So you can feel better,
7-0.
Mr. Suitland.
8 of
Yeah.
them.
You went to Suitland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you beat y'all.
Yeah, we beat y'all.
Well, fuck. Y'all not in school no more? Was y'all beating us when we were in school? No.
I mean, JV.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
JV.
What year you come out?
2004.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
03.
Freshman year when all we had was JV. We was just
First
like,
4-year grade.
He was undefeated.
Class.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
JV.
yeah.
Tell us
I
about
little
that.
rich kids.
Yes,
Wait,
see.
Oh,
I ain't from
you got it
Wilmore,
so
Knoxville.
twisted. You got it so
Get
twisted.
your out of here.
Yeah, I
Sweat.
No.
don't know nothing about
I got a book
Suitland
on my
or
eye.
Flowers. What? You got what?
Yeah,
So, yeah, I believe.
Oh, I thought about the side of it. Yeah, cool.
Oh my God.
Sean always come here like
I just came
unkept.
from my flag game. So I only threw 12
With flag
touchdowns.
polo- Oh my
I had a
God.
double header.
Weird flex, but okay. It's like,
That's something like that, Major.
That's
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Okay,
You didn't even
so
finish branding yourself. We saw you some cut.
Right.
Nah, that's cool.
So-
No, that's
so
what you're here for.
continue to let the people know what it is, what it all is that you do right now. I know that you have a book. I know it's called Lessons Learned.
Yeah, lesson learned.
A lesson learned. Sorry about that. And you are currently on a book tour. How's that going?
Well, I wouldn't say a book tour. I just been getting booked to
Get it
speak
how you
lately.
live.
So
I mean, it
like, I've been
well,
getting
You know,
booked to tour, you know.
right, right.
the book, I get booked every now and then. So just right now, it's been happening a lot. I've been spoken about 3 different times so far in the last month, and I got another one coming up in 2 weeks at Columbia State University.
Oh,
so,
okay.
so I'm speaking at a few different colleges. I got coming up Mississippi Valley State University, Shaw University, and Tuskegee, and next year. So I got a few things.
Tell them where you
And
just came
Tuskegee
from.
has
Yeah.
your
Tell them
book
where
on
you
their
just came
freshman
from.
reasons,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I just spoke at Bowie State this past Thursday and spoke at Ron Brown High School in D.C.
Shout out to the wait, is Ron Brown? Where is that at?
By Deanwood Station.
Okay.
Northeast.
Got you.
Okay, but shout out to the HBCUs. I know that's probably more of your target audience, high
I'm
school
trying
and
to target everybody. But
everybody.
Whoever pay you.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
that shit.
yeah,
Duke
yeah,
say,
yeah.
hey, here go
Oh,
50,000.
yeah.
What he about to do is
I'm
first.
going to submit my book to Duke because I was looking at their reading list and they actually picked a lot of black authors. They like reading about our experiences, what we go through. So
Yeah, they want to find a way to manipulate
Yeah.
us.
The book is actually really like it's something, and I can see why you would speak to high school students because it's actually something they should read prior to going to college. Like it's very informative
Eye-opening.
with a lot of it is. It's very eye opening in those scenarios. It's like, damn, son, like it's probably gonna be somebody who's either living that life or like
go through the same thing.
Exactly. So it's really relatable.
But,
how can people get your book?
You can go on Amazon, Kindle, and iBooks, and JeeVanBrown.com. And if you get to my website, I'll sign it for you personally.
Okay, I got the iBooks, so you can.
JeeV as in Victor, A-N Brown at JeeVanBrown.com.
I would have fucked that all up.
JeeVan.
It would have been JAVON.
But the book is about I interviewed 16 of my
friends.
friends. I interviewed 16 of my friends, and they all had a trial and tribulation while they were in college. So I'm telling their stories, and after every story is a lesson learned, and they're saying how they got through it and what advice they would get to somebody else that's going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's different topics. One of my friends, she got abused while she was in college, STDs, drugs, racism, student loans, dealing with death while you're in college, violence, everything you can think of that can happen in life, but it happened in college. And I said abuse. I don't like to say rape because people be like, I say abuse. But so all those things happened in college, but they still graduated and still made it. So it's like a blueprint for high school and college students to let them know you may go through this place, how to not give up and how to keep pushing.
And they all graduated, you said.
Besides it's my cousin. He got caught on campus selling drugs, so he didn't graduate. But everybody else.
Oh, that was your cousin?
Yeah, that was my cousin.
Okay.
I was actually in that chapter because it was at my school.
Oh, okay.
So were any of the chapters, because I know each individual chapter is about an individual story.
Yeah.
Which of the chapters is about your personal life?
Chapter 3, my best friend, Jeff, he passed away while I was in college. So my senior year, I was taking 19 credit hours, had 3 internships, had a job in Circuit City, and doing a whole act. My grandma was sick, granddad was sick, and he passed. The name of that chapter is called Achieving While Grieving. So it's like I'm still trying to make it while I'm grieving and not give up and keep pushing it. So I had to deal with all that. He died from meningitis at his school.
Rest in peace, Debbie. That was the hard chapter to read.
Yeah.
And it's like in the beginning, he kind of like points out the chapters that you didn't change the names on and stuff. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, all right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Definitely hit me in the
a lot of people say they cry reading that.
It was really
that
hard
story, and I can understand people crying who knew him, but then like a lot of the students say they cry reading it, and like a lot of people say they cry reading that chapter because he just got found in his room by himself and was dead, and he got meningitis from the school cafeteria like a fool or something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
And they ended up suing the school. They got some money from that.
Yeah, it ain't never worth like I can exchange money for like
right.
So people say it's better to learn from other people's mistakes than your own. Was that something that inspired you to do a book like this?
Well, what inspired me, I was writing for Ozone Magazine. Ozone Magazine was a down south magazine. It was pretty big back in the day, but it shut down because around 2010, when a lot of the media and the blogs started putting all the news on the blogs on the internet, they weren't really able to keep up with that, so it shut down. So I got depressed because I was making beats. I was writing for Ozone Magazine. I was living my life. Interviewing like Twista, Rocco, Rashida, Gucci Man, all of them having a good time, but it shut down. And
you interviewed Fat Gucci.
Yeah, well,
the real Gucci.
Yeah,
like I don't know this new Gucci.
Yeah,
I love the new Gucci. I love the new
before the clone. Yeah, this back.
I need Potbelly Gucci.
This back Gangsta Grills, DJ Drama, and all them Gucci. But the magazine is shut down. I was making beats, but I got more spiritual, started going to church more, and I did to write the book, and the music just wasn't. It didn't feel right anymore. So I prayed and I said, should I write this book? And I feel like I heard God say, yeah. And I wrote the book and it's been doing good ever since. It took me 2 years to write it. So I buckled down and became real focused, cut off everything, cut off everybody. I started ironing my clothes and ironing my clothes and on Sundays. I still do for the whole week. So when I get off work, I can just start.
Wait a minute, did you just say I started ironing my clothes? You never ironed your clothes before?
I iron my clothes for the entire week on Sundays.
Oh, so you can just focus everything. Got you.
And I cook for the whole week. So when I get off work, all I gotta do is start writing. I don't gotta worry about this, worry about that. I just start working.
That's tunnel vision for real.
I was gonna say, tell them what you was going to write about at first.
Oh well, at first there's some people all my crazy like
college
some
experiences.
So like
oh my God, JeeVan, what
Do
the
that
hell?
next. Do that next.
Yeah. that probably would sell. So I was gonna go on my crazy sexual experiences, but I was like, let me do something to try to help out and give back and stuff like that.
Speaking of that, did you hear about the young boy in college, black dude, who was approached by 2 white girls on campus, or white women or whatever, for a threesome, and now he's facing 40 years? Because they're saying that
I wouldn't do it.
He's facing 40 years right now because they said that, he raped us.
That's crazy.
Wasn't everybody drunk? Like,
Even if liquor wasn't even involved with that, like,
how you rape
two women at the same time?
Like,
That's crazy.
Well,
like,
technically in the system of white supremacy, no sex between a black man and a white woman is consensual. So
Sabrae now has 76 consecutive shows where she's used the word supremacy.
You said what I used? Say what?
Supremacy.
No, yeah, white supremacy. Well, because it's real. That's the system that we live in, and we keep seeing it time after time after time again of how they're showing.
So you're saying black men shouldn't fuck white women at all?
Honestly, I feel like it's
a risk.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge risk. And I feel like at some point you got to learn from the lessons that other people are learning. It's like, dog, these women
ain't it a risk for
are put on earth to neutralize
in the social climate for anybody. Look at most of Bill Cosby accusers. They were black women.
I mean, that's not true. But not most of them. No,
that's not black.
It is true. It is true.
What about black college athletes though? Who's their accuser?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Going to these
some juncture in life,
PWIs, like
that's what I'm saying. And then they advertise these joints as like part of the package. Like, and the bitches be with it too. So you got your scholarship, you got the calf, and
he got gang.
Okay, out of all because the majority of the accusers were not black, but the one it's just say that they were the one that he went to jail for was for the white woman.
Gotcha. No, I definitely agree with you. But like, what you're saying that this goes back to that logic. Like, are we blaming the victim? You're saying like, the black man, you shouldn't do this.
We're saying just be a little bit more mindful because it's a trend now. It's a trend. It's a pattern, and I feel like if you're even remotely aware of what's going on around you or in the news, then you should just kind of be like feeling some type of way, like, 2 white joints coming to me like, yeah, let's have a threesome. Nah, bitch.
But yeah, that's what men
think twice about that.
And that's what men say about women. They be like, well, men shouldn't do this, but we like, well, maybe you should have went into a celeb's room at 3:30, and they're like, no matter what, a woman should be able to do.
I agree with that too.
Like,
if you wasn't trying to bust it up, what you was doing up there?
Right. Yeah, that's not valid.
We're not playing Scrabble up this motherfucker.
Right. But it depends on who you're talking to, because you got some women that will say that, and then you got some women like me who's like, well, no, if there's responsibility on both ends, and you can acknowledge that, just the same way if somebody was in a rough neighborhood with a bunch of jewelry and money hanging out their pocket, you're going to be like, why the fuck did you do it? Exactly.
But it never applies to men, it applies to women.
But I'm saying that it should, thinking logically, it definitely should, and there should, like, just like I'm gonna raise my daughter and tell her, look, if you don't, nobody should, force themselves on you, but if you don't want to have sex with that person, don't go to his room during sex hours. Just don't. Like, or just...
all three of us
the bottom line
but I wouldn't
don't
blame
your safety in someone else's hands.
Exactly.
But at the same time, on that topic, with the 2 women approaching, like, one white woman approaching me just trying to bust it wide open, like, that is... Nah, that's not even...
That would entice me. I ain't gonna lie.
It would.
It would entice me.
But white women be
But I be in the back of my head like, man,
but like, it's too good to be true. It's like, it's too good to be true. And
it's
hell, I even have cautions with a black woman trying just like, and I don't really know you, like, type shit. Like, nah. I'm good. I'm good.
A black woman called me Bill Cosby this weekend.
Yeah, Sean told me about that. Sean, please let the people know. Just wait for a little bit of background for the audience. Sean threw a party. Hold on, y'all. A little bit of background for the audience. There was a party. Sean threw a party, stamped ENT. They throw amazing parties. It was such a great vibe. Like, it was such a wonderful environment. So many people there. It was a costume party / 90s theme or whatever. So he was working. No, you got it. Everybody wasn't there.
He was like, it was such an amazing vibe.
No, it was. Even though.
Thanks for the size.
No, because it really was. Even the if you bumped into somebody like, yo, my bad. Oh, they're like, oh, you good? Like, even the guys, they're like, nice to meet you, shaking your hands and all of that. There was no like, damn, shorty fat and shit. Like, it wasn't that type of.
Head, but they didn't.
They didn't. Exactly. But it was a very comfortable family like environment, and it was so full of strangers. It was so dope.
So why should you go college?
So this what happened. So basically, we had like bands, right? Now we're going to rectify having bands, but we already kind of let her finesse get her way in there. Mm. So, 2 young ladies, they couldn't get in the party. They was like, "Oh, I'm not paying." Right. You know,
you're not going.
Yeah, I'm not paying. I'm not paying to get in here. So what? The young lady who we let in for the free already, she went and grabbed 2 other bands, and they came out and brought them outside. But I saw it, so I told my older cousin at the
band just sitting around.
No, on your wrist. Those were the tickets.
She probably took somebody else's.
She took some other bands and they came down and brought it to them. Okay. But we're outside.
Y'all wasn't going no when they were just saying they're not paying.
So I told my cousin, he's at the door. I'm like, man, these 2 young ladies got to pay. So she's like, I have a band. I said, man, I appreciate the finesse. I don't make it. I always try to finesse. Right. I said, but I peeped you. I said, give us $10. You know what I'm saying? We were charging, 20. So she was like, no, I'm here. So my cousin was like, did you pay for these bands? She's like, my cousin paid for it. I'm like, she didn't pay for the bands. We let her in free. Right. So she's like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm going to the bar. So she keeps on trying to edge her way. So of course, we can't put our hands on women. Right. There's no, there was no female security. Yeah. So my boy's just standing in front of her. So eventually she just started cursing, at us. I'm like, yo, you need to chill the fuck out. Right. So I did raise my voice, but this is after 10 minutes of her arguing. Some woman yo, you can't yell at a woman like this. And I'm like, yo, y'all weren't telling her that she couldn't yell at me for 10 minutes. So security eventually removed her. Went outside. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, yo, I don't want no beef. My business partners, we have invested in this. If everyone's getting it free,
right. I'm not gonna make money.
That doesn't make any sense.
You pulled the jig, dog.
So she's yelling in my face and spitting that. I'm not saying she hawked a Louis in my but she's spitting in my face. So she puts her hand on me and I politely swiped it. Right. She said, "Oh, that's sexual assault. You want some Bill Cosby shit?" Oh, so it's women walking up and I'm like, "Yo, are you okay?"
Right.
And then I became a villain all of a sudden. I'm like, yo, oh, you not no fucking man, and then turn all this. I'm like, yo, she called some niggas up there for me. 3 niggas jumped out in an Uber with Pico and brunch boots. I'm like, these are niggas you call for me.
Oh, wow. Niggas had to Uber to the fight? First of all.
These are the, first of all, you done called the wrong niggas. Right. This is
is your Uber
this is my party. So 89% of the people in this party, I know.
Come outside.
You know what I'm saying? But it was so crazy because I wasn't being aggressive whatsoever. Right. And then she touched me because we definitely have to teach our boys consent.
Right.
Teach your daughters consent too.
Oh yeah, don't put your hands to yourself.
She put her hands on me and nobody said anything when she was spitting in my face, yelling in my face. But as soon as I did this and she started yelling, all of a sudden, now I'm on some predator shit. Yeah. So I
didn't call me out with a glass thread.
Because I don't, I'm not. I was trying to handle it the right way, but it kind of fucked me up.
I feel you, but I was in the party. Though.
You know what I'm saying? This was a black woman,
and I be down.
These are a group of black women. Oh, you a bitch, you this and that. I'm like, oh, so you want to call me all these names, this and that, and get me, out of my character, and all the time I'm a villain.
You should have been you know what? Stand by. Handle it.
You can't. As women, we cannot throw stuff out there like that. And let me also say, I'm pretty sure that this was not, a black woman. This was probably a little hood rat jump. You know what I'm saying? So that, they really don't kind of represent us.
This was not a hood rat.
I like
No, but this is no.
Cluck is going cluck.
No, it don't be the hood. If she wasn't a hood rat, she looked like she was a transplant. She looked like she was a Howard student or something like that. No, I can tell. I'm from the hood. I can tell rats from,
Rats is a
high class mouses, whatever.
But I feel like rats is definitely the way that you carry yourself. It's really not about what you're wearing and how you speak or your background. It's about how you present yourself and how you carry yourself when it comes to situations. She was from fucking
Moe County or some other privileged county, and she was entitled and she felt like I get my way. She was super attractive, nice body. So she was.
Yeah. Oh, did she not know? Did she not know that shit don't work with black women?
Yeah, I didn't know her. She's not from you can tell her and her friends yo, why I'm not in here? Sweetie, why y'all not giving me preferential treatment?
You got in by the grace of God. Your man's gotta pay, sweetie. You're not paying. You're not going. You're not us.
Yeah,
you're not us.
She know how to take
and this is the thing, though. And Sean will look out for us off the strength of us being family, but we be nah, we trying to pay.
Yeah,
we will pay. We pay to go to the pool party. It's nothing. This is your event. You my man's, but business is business, and I'm never going to interrupt your coin. I want to go to your event. I'm going to put the bread up regardless. You ain't got to give me no discount, nothing. What's the ticket price? I'm going to pay. He be like, nah, and we'll go back and forth, and then it's well, fuck it. He just ain't going to $20, dog.
But the thing is, me and my business partners, and not to make, I don't want to we were still looking out for people because we understand because I'm not going.
They still gonna run that.
I'm not going to talk about the business, but it was some sketchy stuff. So we still try and work with people. Like, okay, it's 4 y'all. It was 4 girls. It was like, oh, we don't want to pass it. Look,
2 y'all pay.
3 y'all pay, 1 to get in. Yeah, y'all split the cost.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what's
that too?
But my thing is, what's with this? We don't want to pay. You don't want party then.
Exactly.
So all business is
went to that
business.
free joint too, but
you not that
heard
cute.
this popping, and now you.
You don't have to pay. Look, if I go to an event and I say it's $20, I'm gonna just politely say, "Oh, okay, this isn't for me." Right. Turn back around. You arguing with me? Clearly, you want to get in here.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
And the paying thing is one thing, but there's a whole nother element to this conflict that really doesn't sit well with me, and that is the false accusation of assault. Niggas is going to jail left and right for assault, and I believe Jamil Hill did an article that said basically, out of most of the people that go to jail for assault or rape, most black men are the ones who get exonerated because they were falsely accused. And I like what Charlamagne says when he says, listen to all women, but believe all facts. Because there's a movement out here now that's like, basically, believe if a woman says it, it's facts. If a woman says it, that nigga probably did it. Like your Amber Roses of the world, the feminists, this is like whatever they say, believe them. And that's a prime example of why you can't do that.
And then there's no telling what else could have happened. She could have called the cops. The cops could have came. The son could have
right. It could have really escalated
worse,
to something.
Dealing with the cops, like that's
yeah.
That's no different from the white people calling the cops on us.
When you know you did wrong though, that's the thing. You know you wrong. You know that you know what I'm saying. Somebody did you a solid. Realistically, that you obviously didn't deserve, but you got it. And it's like, but then you try to like bring a whole nother, it don't work like that. Like somebody hooked you up, that, you know, hey, look, man, your body's got to pay, man.
But that whole, the rape thing, the assault thing, I just cannot. The Bill Cosby, and first of all, she dumb as shit because Bill Cosby was accused of drugging women.
Right. Yeah.
The fuck?
But that's
touching.
But people hear that and then we think that, because I'm like, what the fuck? But it's women like walking up who
don't know
what's going on. They're like, yo, they immediately like went to her like defense.
Yeah, because you're at a bar.
Yeah, like they was like, yo, what fuck type of shit? Like, are you okay? I'm like, Slim, I'm out here with it was a costume party. I was E40s. I had a big ass jeans, a big ass like polo. Yeah, my glasses. I ain't had the glasses too. You know what I'm saying?
He just had on really fat clothes.
You were like the 90s.
He had on fat clothes, and I wasn't sure who he was, but he could have been like 40 niggas from the 90s. So I was just like, I mean, hey, whoever you are, you're them. Like, it's probably what they wore.
Like he was ready to do this, so he had the E40 on there. You know what was going on.
Clothes were so big. Oh my god. Really though, you should have texted me. I would have glassed her. And never been into the night.
I'm not about any drama.
You're not doing my mans like this, man.
So back to your the book, your future book about different sexual encounters that all the hoes, the tell-all.
My tell-all.
Are you going to do it?
What it was going to be?
I ain't going to do that.
I might. I don't know.
We get stories from other niggas.
Yeah, I was going to do that too.
I ain't go to college, but I was up there.
Yeah, I was going to get other people. But I think I had enough for myself. But because I had like a few different crazy experiences. But like one, it was like I was dealing with a girl that went to Howard, and I went to John C. Smith University. So me and her was talking. It was Thanksgiving break. So I was at home in Maryland, and she was from Charlotte. So she was in Charlotte. So we was like, we left at the same time. So it takes 6 hours to get from Maryland to Charlotte. So we left at the same time. So we met in the middle part. Mm-hmm. So we met in like Virginia somewhere. Like I was going to call it Exit 12. Met at Exit 12, and then she pulled up and got some gas, and I acted like I didn't know her. And I paid for her gas, and then, we went like the back
type of role playing type of shit.
So that's really,
you met Zane for real. That is some real.
It was stories like that, So.
This nigga, he floozy.
That was fun. That's fun. I think
it's funny because
that's my junior year.
It's funny because like I feel like you met like a lot of my middle school friends in college, and it's so funny. Like Christine, like stuff like that. This just be funny. Like
Christine who?
Williams. You know,
she must be ugly because I don't remember.
She's gorgeous.
No,
she's
real
cool.
Who's she went to?
With the big out booty. She went to Johnson C. Smith. She was
friends
with
my school.
Yeah, she was friends with Shannon.
He tried to black out a lot of that.
She was real cool with Shannon.
Shannon Keys?
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
That's what I said. She was real cool with Shay. It was funny.
Oh, Christine!
Christine! Don't do my friend.
We know you, Christine.
Okay, hold on.
Talk to my friend. No, it's just to be funny because like wasn't she young? That is a dog though. Sorry, Christine. She was cake that. Chill. No, it was just funny because like it would be like I think like back in the day on Facebook or something. I commented on a picture that Shannon posted. And I was like Christine, and she was like she didn't go to fly. I was like, girl,
all right, y'all. Nobody knows these people. The listeners.
No, Sabrae, we're about to.
It's the point that you know that's the 6 degrees of separation.
Sabrae, they want to pull up on IG. We about to know Sabrae.
She not on IG.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Christine got lost after college. You know, I think she's in South Carolina now, though. But yeah, it's gonna be stories like that. But then I was like, let me do something positive
and then just segue into the negative.
That's a great start.
That's really not negative. It's interesting, you know. People.
Well, yeah, it's not negative.
Look at
and it's with the style of, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't get the ring for nothing.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But it's like it's interesting. What you say?
I'm like, did you want to drink off my glass?
I would hope not. But no, it's still interesting, and it goes with like the style of writing that you would be doing. So there's a common thread there.
You got some beats left?
I got some. Yeah, they like.
That's what I said. I ain't never get on
like
beats.
6 years old.
I don't even think them finished. He would probably say they not even finished by that.
No, I got some finished joints.
Yeah.
Like I got Gorilla Zoe on some beats and a few other artists. Yeah, so I would like my whole plan was to move to Atlanta, write for Ozone magazine, meet the rappers, get them beats, and then how you put on.
Yeah.
It didn't really work like that, but I got pretty far.
Right.
What was
in other ways though?
How was it hard? Was it hard to get the beats to the artist, even though you seen them, or like what?
No, it wasn't hard, but you know, I'm much more confident now. But I didn't really like believe in myself back then. So it's like you'll see him, it's like, man, what are they doing? Like these joints, you be second guessing yourself. But now it's like with the book. It's like if I had my mindset now that I had back then when I was making beats, I'd probably be a millionaire producer right now. Because now, you know how I got my books in the schools is I walked on campus with no meeting, no nothing, just walked in there, asked for an appointment, and told them about my book, and then they read it and picked it up. So right now it's in 5 colleges, in Tuskegee, Livingstone College, Kentucky, Morgan, and Bowie.
So how'd you get your confidence? What happened? What events led to that?
All that in college.
Fuck it. That's I be trying to think of other words, but just like not thinking nothing else. Like fuck it, just go for it.
But how do you get there for somebody who wasn't like that before? How do you?
I always had confidence, but just with like stuff like that. I had confidence with girls and stuff like that, but with business and stuff like that, I got that confidence just by praying really and just like going for it. Then I seen it work one time and then keep going and keep going. Then I got my confidence up and I learned how to pitch my book and how to talk about certain things with different people like the professors and the deans and stuff like that. And you know, when I would call them sometimes to pitch my book, they have like, what are you talking about? What are you trying to sell me? But then once they hear what the book is about, I got their ear and they start listening like, oh, this sounds good. And then once they get the book, they call me like, Mr. Brown, we love your book. So then that got my confidence. I was like, oh, they really like this. So I think that's what it was.
But you're saying pretty much anybody can relate to it, though.
Yeah,
anybody will be able to relate, even if because I didn't go to college. So and I liked it for what I read so far. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't go to college, but things that happened to them, you don't got to be in college to go to.
You might know somebody in high school that was going through that.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
People getting shot in the story and all that. You know.
So that's what I wanted to say next. The story opens up, and someone, and I'm not gonna share too much. A young man gets shot accidentally by his, I don't know if it's just his friend or his dorm roommate. Okay, just a friend. But he ended up being, hold on, Sean, goddamn. Accidentally shot by his friend, ended up being blind for the rest of his life. And it could, with no sense of sight or smell. That was so heavy. You know what I'm saying? And then you opened up the book. What made you start out with that one?
Well, being a writer, I learned that you got to capture the audience as soon as they open the book, especially in this day and age because people have ADD, they're on their phones, they're doing this, they're doing that. So you got to capture them as soon as they come in. So that's my sister's best friend. So I knew about that story since I was a child. He's like 13 years older than me. So I knew about it for a long time. And I've asked him, could I put the story? He was like, yeah. So he told me the story. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to tell his story, but I'm going to start it off with him getting shot. So on the first page, somebody getting shot. Second page, he going blind, lost sense of smell, bullet coming out his eye. All that kind of stuff. So I started it that way because I knew I would capture them. And I knew I was pitching it to high school and college students, so I know I need to catch them right away.
how many of the high school, out of the different bookings that you had and speaking to the high school students, how many people thought you was blind?
Oh, none of them.
Okay.
But some people thought that story wasn't real. They just couldn't fathom that somebody got shot in the head, went blind, and lost his smell, and then didn't die. Yeah. But, he went on and got his master's degree, went to school at College Park, got married, got a child. He's the president of the National Blind Committee. He's very successful. So he's a regular person just like me. He goes to Redskins football games and all that, even though you can't see it. But they give you headphones and you can listen. Mm-hmm. So I remember one time I took him home and I asked him if he needed me to walk him inside the house. He was like, no. I sat there and watched him walk right in his house. He lived in row houses in D.C.
Do you have the little jump?
Yeah, he had that. But still, it was like, how did he know which one was it? He just know.
Routine, they have it.
But the smell thing, the smell thing is crazy because smell affects a lot, and more than what more than what we know. Yeah, so I mean, more than what we would realize on a regular basis. So, did that affect his experience at all? Like,
not something to say that affected him was when he started dating. He had his own house and he invited a girl over. He cooked the girl dinner and everything. And the girl said, I can't do this. And he was like, do what? She was like, I just can't date a blind person. I can't do everything for you. And he said that she had been in there for an hour and she had did nothing. He was doing everything himself. So it's like things like that kind of affected him. Like,
my God.
That's lame too.
Yeah.
But you know what's weird though, Sabrae? Weirdly enough though, we're so much creatures of habit though. You could probably go and close your eyes walking from your car and probably get in your house with no problem. Yeah. Because you take that same path. It's just you've never had to. But
I can walk in my house. I can walk in my house, but I don't know about outside. I can walk in my house.
No, that's what I'm saying. But you travel these same routes enough, it starts to become.
Even when it's dark in my house, I'm like this. Hold on, let me feel the
Yeah. That's because both of y'all done.
That's what I'm just saying.
No, I have no. You're right.
Agreed.
But then people always ask about what happened to his friend. So his friend actually had to go into a mental institution a few years after. So it affected his friend too. So that story is about, still making it. You go to some, because like I always say, if he went through that and still graduated, like what's your excuse? But it's also about forgiveness, because he had to forgive that guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That probably would have been super beefing. Like I was definitely about to take this nap. You definitely came up to my room. I definitely didn't want you here, and then you shot me, motherfucker.
Right. And it was truly an accident though. Like he was playing with the gun and it just went off.
Yeah, but still, I know. Only because it's not like he was asleep the whole time. He actually said, "Amen, put that away."
Yeah, said put it away. Said leave me alone. Come back another day. Like said all that, and he still came in.
Probably feeling like I should have never opened that fucking.
Oh yeah.
Let this.
But imagine you come back. You a freshman trying to better your education, and you come back home, and he's from Maryland, from Riverdale, Maryland. He came back home.
The power of forgiveness is amazing.
Yeah,
doesn't possess it. So.
Yeah, that's a fact. But the thing is, now it's so ironic. Which one is damaged for life more in that situation? You know what I'm saying?
He's a pastor now. That's what he heard. He's a pastor now in Atlanta, and he said that one day he thinks they're going to cross paths. I think they are too, especially because I live in Atlanta. So he might get a hold of the book.
Wait, which one is the pastor now?
The one that shot him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I can see how you went into that. Like,
yeah, right. But I got a feeling they're going to meet somehow, some way. Like if the book when it gets really big,
it will.
You don't recognize that story.
He gonna read it, be like, because everything in that story is real where it happened, his name, but I did change his name. So that's the only thing that's changed in that story. So but everything else is real. So we'll tell him what might happen when he reads it. Be like, dang, this.
Yeah, y'all gotta go get the book. Yeah. It's in Apple Books. What did he call it? iBooks.
Yeah, I got it on
Amazon.
Yeah, I got it on my Kindle app from Amazon. I didn't know it was on iBooks. I would have copied it, but I got it from.
I definitely did.
It's everywhere.
Definitely a good read, and it's I know a lot of y'all don't like to read, and y'all might be a little bit slow, but it's a quick read. It ain't gonna take you. I mean,
our audience is different.
No, don't get me wrong. Some people, if it don't apply, let it fly. But some people are like, read a book.
When I was at Bowie on Thursday, when I was at Bowie on Thursday, I met a sophomore, and she had to read the book last year for a freshman class. She told me, she told me like that's the first book I read all the way through. She said that. Like,
a lot of people don't read. You be surprised. People really just don't be reading, man.
You know who book I just bought when I went to a book fair, Sabrae?
Don't say Brittany Renner.
Who the fuck is that? B. Jax. I don't know who the fuck Brittany Renner is.
Oh, her poetry book?
Yeah.
I bought it. Yeah.
Good.
Brittany Renner is super.
Yes.
I really can't believe that. Like
she get a bop like that.
We allowed this retard to be a thing. No,
Colin Kaepernick. Shout out to Kaepernick.
I hate that she did that. I hate that
it's super annoying though because people really came at his neck though. Like
one at a time though, y'all.
She tough.
He made you get your flight to come here. Oh my God! Like so what? Fucking shut up. Like Why do we keep letting these people be things? Like,
and don't get distracted with that Kaepernick shit. That does not make him any less. And I really hate. I talked about that this week with somebody. I hate when they use a strong like black man who's making like having momentum in the community, making change, and then they bring up his sex life. Like, who gives a fuck?
Well, she had a tell-all book, so it wasn't just him. But the bottom line is, sweetie, he ghosted a sack chaser. Oh my God! Alert the town crier. My bad.
And then she'll try to make it sound all pitiful, like he made me save money for a flight.
He didn't make you do anything, bitch. You was trying to get hit, and you thought it was your meal ticket. Sucks to be you. Right now,
he made her pay for her own flight, so
she flew out there to get smashed,
so he can know her intentions.
Exactly. The whole time he probably wanted to just smash it, but still, he don't have to pay for that. He shouldn't have to pay for that.
Activists need pussy too.
Activists definitely do, but even when it comes to like MLK, like Dr. King, they always talk about, well, he cheated on his wife. Yeah. That's between him and his wife. Who gives a fuck about that?
Actually, I
disagree. She forgave him. Why I'm gonna hold it?
I disagree.
Why? Okay, go ahead.
Nah, because people view cheating is different when people, I guess, do more for the community. Like, y'all would knock your brother-in-law for cheating on your sister, but then MLK, that's between him
because that's my sister.
No, so if you hate cheating, hold on. So if you hate, no, I'm just saying cheating is cheating. So when you look at somebody cheating, why is it different?
It's not that it's different. It's just that it has nothing to do with his job. If you cheat, you're not going to get fired from your job. You're going to have some trouble at home, but it should not. You shouldn't get fired from your job.
No, I agree.
Listen,
you're missing my point. Women would deem a man less of a man for cheating, but you have all these presidents, activists, men who have been like super influential. You don't deem them less of a man or discredit everything that they've done because they cheat on their wives. That's what I'm saying.
You have to differentiate between being less of a man to his wife and less of a man as far as what he's doing for the people or what he's doing for his career or doing for his job. Because all these cheaters out here, they're not losing out on whatever they're doing professionally. And so activists, that should be different. If we're talking about activists as far as being monogamous, then yes, they're going to fall down some notches. They're going to be less than men in those areas. But not as far as, you can't take that away from their work that they've done.
I feel like we should all just mind our business. Whoever cheated on who, that's between you and who you cheated on and who you cheated with.
Flawed.
It's none of my business.
Nobody's perfect.
That's not my problem. Like, my thing is, these dudes' wives be forgiving them and we be holding. How are you offended on behalf of somebody who's no longer offended?
Like, you're not sucking his dick. Leave it alone.
Wow, that was rogue. But in addition to the book, folks got, a clothing label as well.
Okay.
Which I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get it.
So shout out the clothing line, the clothing label that you have.
Pearl, she has a shirt on.
Facts.
Yeah, you gonna say anything else?
We started it last it'd be
Sabrae said we all gonna get some dark skin.
November. Yeah.
I know, damn, right. I said that when she first wore it. I'm dark.
We wasn't trying to get by.
So why it's not dark because the faces are dark, so it wouldn't come across. It wouldn't come all right.
Yeah.
So Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and everybody on it. So I tried to have it dark. I really did. I tried to make it darker, but you couldn't really see those faces.
No, that's
people always need some shit.
Some options. Yes. That's because it's like Band-Aids. It ain't no Band-Aids that match my skin tone, and that's fucked up.
I mean, you gonna see it anyway.
I never thought about that.
I've never tried to match my Band-Aid. I've never tried to match my Band-Aid with my flesh. I don't care if that bitch got Princess Tiana on it.
Just healthy. Just
stopping the bleeding.
No, but I get it. I get it because dark skin, because it's kind of like an arm with tattoos, and you really can't see dark skin people's tattoos.
Yeah, I always wonder why dark skin people get tattoos.
For designer
like birthmarks all over your body.
Yeah, but designer birthmarks.
Oh, wow.
See? Designer birthmarks.
You got a tattoo?
Yeah, girl.
You didn't even know, right? You didn't even know.
That was okay.
You didn't even know.
It's okay. It's okay because I'm cool with that. No, it's a designer bruise though. It has design to it. When it's like, you have to pay. You design clothes. You understand the attention to detail. That's what tattoos do for dark skin people. It gives you that extra little designer detail. You feel
like,
me?
wait, what is that?
Yeah, conversation starter. Oh yeah, hey, I'm Sabrae.
We had the idea for the shirt because I saw actually a woman's hand and it had tattoos on it. I was thinking, I can make shirt, and that was the first design that came up. I wasn't even thinking about making a clothing line. They have the Juneteenth festival in Atlanta, and it's very big. Yes. And I went there the first year, and I sold like a lot of books, and I seen what everybody was buying. They was buying all African stuff and Black and Proud. I was like, man, if I get that shirt in there, it's gonna sell out. But we didn't put them out in time enough, so that's what happened with that. But I just had an idea for a shirt just to,
And people love them because they're really nice. Tell them the website you can get it from.
UniteAP.com. So it's United Pearl, but
we got some more stuff coming. We're gonna work on some more attention to the actual logo, to get more brand awareness out there as well. But we still got other concepts of stuff. I just showed them another design that we're working on right now. But
good.
But
that's dope.
Hey, I'm here for all this Black entrepreneur.
I got to buy a shirt.
Hold on, wait.
Next week.
So when I purchased the book, I saw I like to read the little details in there. It says that you are the seller and the publisher. Yeah. And I want to say first, congratulations on that for being independent. Are you still independent?
Self-published.
Okay, self-published, independent. What are the pros and cons? Because of being independent. Because I know somebody out there either wants to write a book or has a book that they just want to publish, but they haven't found like a publisher or something like that. What are the pros and cons of being independent?
The pros are you get all the money. You get all the money. And I wouldn't even really say the cons, but the marketing. It's way more work. Like I put the book out 2 years and I'm still just going at it. And like me calling the schools and walking on campus, I wouldn't be doing it if I had made it. Somebody else would be doing that, but I would be getting a big cut. Like on Amazon, they take a cut of that because I'm selling on their website. So right. Cut. But selling it yourself, means you get all the money. So when I'm selling to the schools, I'm getting that whole check. Ain't no middleman. They sending me the check to go buy the books.
So have you been approached by any major publishers?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Whatever.
No, I haven't. But it's paid off. Just you gotta be focused and willing to put in that work if you really wanted to get it out there. Like I don't know if you saw, but my website I have a movie trailer, so it's like a book trailer.
Yep,
but,
I saw.
I did all that. Like I edited that video, did everything. I did everything myself. Wow. When I first put the book out, I traveled from Atlanta to Maryland driving. I stopped at every college that I can think of and just walked on campus promoting the book, doing all that myself. Like
so you do full time?
No, I got a job too.
Okay, so, well, good.
But my cousin had died the first week I put the book out, so I had ideas like I'm gonna drive home and I'm gonna stop at all the schools that I can on 85 and 95, and that's how I got it in Bowie and Livingstone. I got to Livingstone College and I prayed and I asked God to bring the person I need to meet as soon as I got out the car. Because it take 9 hours to get from Atlanta to Maryland. I didn't have that much time. As soon as I got out the car, I met Coach Cowles. Coach Cowles is in charge of the freshmen at Livingstone College. 4 months later, he was the first one to bring me in to speak to the students and pay me for that. So it's stories like that.
So you seem like a really spiritual person. It seems like most of the big things that happened came from prayer. Is that something that you were raised in the church or something?
I wasn't like there every Sunday, but I went to Glenard, so I wasn't like a part of like any.
Because that's a mega church. Was it?
It wasn't a mega church when I started going there. I'm from Ardmore, so I was going to Glenard when it was on the corner of Glenard and Parkway, right across the street from the library. It was just a small church. So I've been going there before it became big. So I wasn't like in any kind of programs or anything like that. But I did go to church. But I got spiritual when the magazine shut down. Because it's like, what I'm going to do next? And I just started praying. Then I watched The Secret. You ever heard of The Secret?
Yes, Law of Attraction.
Yeah, so I listen to The Secret like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when I'm going to work. I listen to it in my car, so I listen to music. So, they say in there, stop thinking about getting bills in the mail and start thinking about getting checks in the mail. So I do that. And I meditate. I have chakra candles. I do all that stuff. So, I try to think positive thoughts because I know they'll manifest. So,
yes.
They will, like positive and negative, they'll manifest.
Most people, they don't realize the power. Well, you don't believe in that, do you?
You don't believe
what?
Like law of attraction?
The law of attraction and karma is 2 different things.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I believe in the law of attraction.
Okay, well, yeah.
I hate reading. I'm like, yo, this shit is boring as fuck. So like,
you get
what you said. Yeah, I just hate.
A book on tape with ass.
But no, I definitely believe in the law of attraction.
Yeah. And for all the people out there, I hope that y'all will go research The Secret and understand pretty much what we're talking about because we're not going to get all the way into that.
Something else just happened. Like
when I was talking about stuff that people ain't know about you, it's like
something just happened when Wednesday when I flew home. I had met a girl on a plane that went to Tuskegee. Mm-hmm. She had on the Tuskegee shirt and everything. But before that, like a few months ago, I kept daydreaming about meeting somebody that goes to Tuskegee and telling them, my book is in your school. And I met her, and we talked the whole flight. And I got to talking to her. She's just like me. She like meditates, got chakras and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's like, huh? Nah, she's getting married, but I did feel a little energy.
Did you book her?
I did. I follow on Instagram. But I did feel some energy because we talked from the time we took off to the time we landed. But she was going to meet her fiance, but it was like, dang, like there's a lot of connection right here. But I had already been thinking about that before it happened. You know.
So are you in a relationship right now?
No, I'm not.
Are you dating?
Huh?
Are you dating someone?
I'm dating, but when I wrote the book, I cut off all that for like a whole 2 years. So I'm just now getting back into.
So you ain't had. It was no sex too.
No sex, no nothing.
No. So like,
wow, that was the ultimate
So you're dating
sacrifice.
a person, or you're just like dating?
Oh, so you didn't have sex for 2 years?
When I was writing the book,
yeah.
See, people out there, you have to sacrifice something to get something.
Sacrifice.
It was hard.
Yeah. But you ain't probably get temptations because...
You're like, I mean, it was hard. I bet it was.
I went to
I'm not.
No, it's good. I went to a whole trance, like a whole... I started smoking, stopped drinking, because I
understand that.
I have dreams.
You to stop getting back to
I have dreams, and my dreams be coming true, and they be giving me sometimes warning signs, so... I understand, you know, you lay down with somebody, you can be mixing spirits and energies with them.
So
I know some people don't believe that, but I've seen it happen with me. I've seen it happen with me.
I just said it to make you feel better.
I don't feel bad because I've been seeing these blessings coming, so I ain't tripping. But like, I see a whole different level of things now, and it's like, I'm not risking that, but now I'm back.
You back at it.
You back to risking.
So what spirits are you? It's like, no, I'm just playing.
That ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem at all.
Speaking of pillow talking, it's like, nah, but no, push it. No, right? No, but real quick, before we leave. Before we leave. Okay, so background for people who live under a rock. Pusha T went on Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to Joe Budden and Maul and Roy.
Fuck him.
He probably did. He just didn't wear it on camera. Shit.
But that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Joe Budden and Maul. Well, I didn't mean Roy, but whatever. So yes, he went on the podcast and he was talking about the Drake situation. He finally spoke out because of Drake, that he went on the LeBron show called The Shop, and he basically was trying to put himself in victim mode and be like, oh, you know, and I'm biased with this, but he basically said like, yeah, you know, Kanye probably told him, and that's what his beef was with Kanye about the whole thing with the baby. Long story short, Pusha T says, nope, it wasn't Kanye. It was actually your main man, 40, your producer, the one who gave you your sound. It was him, but it didn't come directly from him. It came from the woman who he was sleeping with. And first of all, do y'all believe that?
No.
You can't believe anybody because then Malaya Michael said that it was his baby mother who did it. Now, people just want a platform to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not pillow talking. No.
Do you believe it first?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe it. No.
Okay. What about you, John?
He trying to protect Kanye.
Do you believe that he got the information from
40s?
From 40s, yeah.
But niggas do pillow talk though.
They do. I believe it. I believe it can be true. I can see it being a great possibility.
I can see bits and pieces coming from it. Yeah. But I don't think that the whole thing did. And just like how they were saying before, or how Drake said, like 40 was there earlier. So I don't know if
he did say that.
If 40 did say that, and then he like wanted to give Drake like synonymous heads up, like, yo, this is why I'm feeling weird, like, cause he might have just blabbered that out, like type.
But all the shit you ain't going through, Pusha is trying to protect him.
Right.
I hate women try to put this on men because we all know men do gossip, but women gossip like that's their first
daily
language.
Task.
Yo, if me and y'all are in a relationship or not even boyfriend or girlfriend, but this is
that shit.
Okay, we fucking right.
No.
Took it totally out of the relationship. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yo, your partner is supposed to be your best friend, the closest.
Right.
Y'all talk. Yo, when you come home, who's the first person you talk?
What is wrong with nobody said there was anything wrong with pillow talking?
So why? No, because pillow talk has a negative connotation. It's not.
It's something wrong with it when you're telling your man's business, like his business.
No, you know what's wrong with it?
I honestly, look, what's the saying? Like, yo, when I say I'm not going to tell nobody, I mean everybody but my significant other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like, if you're my best friend and you go through some stuff, my other best friend who's my significant other, I might talk about what maybe everything.
But Sean, the problem with it was that wasn't obviously that was like a little jump. That wasn't his girl.
But no, the problem is you believe it. Because Pusha said it's true. So Drake said it's skeptical, but since Pusha said it's true.
Drake never said anything that was said in stone.
So why you think Pusha's telling the truth?
Let me say. Drake said, I'm saying it, nigga. Damn.
You're mad. You taking a long time.
Drake said theories. He said what he thought happened. He was saying based on this and how I was feeling and what Kanye said, I feel like this happened. Pusha came from this is what happened.
Pusha full of shit, man.
Whether you believe him or not, I'm just saying that was the difference between his statement and Drake's.
Why does she bias?
Because Pusha dark skin and Drake light skin. To keep it a buck.
I'm thinking you're going to say, like, you know, she a Pusha fan.
This is what I'm saying.
No, I'm not
because
a Kanye West fanatic. I'm not.
Even though I think Pusha's lying,
that's a bold-faced lie.
That don't mean that no, that's just my...
You didn't even say that with a straight face.
But people hate Drake. So people like, oh yeah, Pusha this and that.
I don't hate Drake. I love Drake. When I cut his album down to 12 songs, Scorpion is amazing.
Okay, yeah. And Pusha tour got canceled. He needs as much publicity.
Talk about premature ejaculation, though. My man was like, well, I'm fresh off this Drake beat. Tour. Psych.
Okay, so but I believe that it's a strong possibility that could be true.
I don't believe
because I think that because niggas do that.
I don't believe
especially 40. Look at 40.
You might be a little fragile at the time.
I don't believe niggas with plaits like that. I just don't think that niggas with plaits like that be telling.
Shout out to Pusha T. I fuck with him.
I got hit.
But that ain't he's my favorite.
She loved Drake album and never shot him out.
Shout out to Drake. I just said his album was
shout out Pusha T for what?
Because he's from the DMV #1.
He's not from the. Oh,
and you not 41.
He's not from the DMV.
That ain't no motherfucking DMV.
That nigga from Norfolk.
Virginia.
Okay. So Emporia, Virginia is the DMV.
Like
everybody knows where the Beltway go.
I claim Pharrell. I claim Missy.
Of course you claim them. Just like DC motherfuckers. DC motherfuckers.
It's Northern VA.
Technically, it's still
DC and Maryland.
No.
So
if it's not metro accessible, it is not the fucking DMV.
Nah, y'all can't do that.
I claim
Look, DC motherfuckers hate Maryland niggas until Katie wanted to chip. Oh, he from here. Y'all was just
when he wanted to chip, I said he a C Pleasant ass nigga too. He from around our
DC niggas like, how he gonna give money to PG County because he don't like y'all niggas?
No, he really from PG County.
No, I said the DC dudes was like, oh, how he gonna give $10,000 at PG County schools? Why he was supposed to get y'all money? I don't even claim him until he wanted to check.
We meezies and shit.
Right, he was a measy till last Weezy.
Yeah.
Well,
so Eastern Shore to DMV.
Girl, Tappahannock is not in the motherfucking
y'all gotta open up to that. That's what I be telling my partner about too. Like when we be having people on our joint.
We do, because if you go to Atlanta,
claim that shit.
If you go to Atlanta, they claim everything. Like, they go to them. That's from Marietta. That's like far north. It gets white up there. Like, very white and racist.
But all that sounds.
But they all claim Atlanta. And Atlanta's only like the inner city. That's it.
Because they can do that now because of their status. Right. If they didn't have that status.
We on the uprise, though.
If they was trash, niggas would be like, nigga, you not from my fucking Atlanta. You from Marietta.
It's like gang members, all right?
Say
you're not a real blood. Right. But you popping and you go meet with some real bloods. They're going to vouch for you because the benefit that you're giving them. Right. If you were nobody, they wouldn't let you claim their set. Right. Like, look at Wayne. Wayne was wearing blue bandanas. People forget in the old Cash Money videos. Now all of a sudden he was a blood, but nobody cared because guess what? He claiming this shit now. Right.
And he's
beneficial to us.
What's off limits and pillow talk?
What's off limits?
Yes.
My man got a baby. Ain't nobody should know. I think that's real deep right there. Because I don't tell like serious stuff. Like I might tell some little some stupid ass shit or something like that.
But what if that's what they try? They said that one of them said that they traveled. They traveled to go up and see her. Like he traveled, I guess, with everybody, and they went to go up see the baby and all of this stuff and spending time there. I mean, what if it's like, oh yeah, we about to go back up to.
If he ain't make it public knowledge, it's really not your place to speak on that.
But at the end of the day, like even if 40,
that's business.
Like that ain't his girlfriend.
No.
Well, she probably think that's her girlfriend.
No, even if it's her girlfriend, but he been in this game too long to be even fooled by that. Like that shit crazy.
It's some stuff that I wouldn't even tell my girlfriend because women are spiteful. Because when you're in a relationship, it's rules. But then when you're not. Okay, all of a sudden.
You get aired out on the timeline.
Right. For example, I had a past girlfriend. Mm-hmm. My man came out the closet. He came out the closet only to me. Mm-hmm. I told her. Then when we stopped talking, she basically told everybody. And he was pissed off at me. as well as he should be.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing it to be malicious.
Yeah.
This is my partner.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Women can, not all women, but some women, 96% of women can get like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, no, it's like certain stuff I'm just not going to speak on. It's like the whole thing, like going through a significant other's like phone. I'm not worried about like infidelity and shit like that. But how about if you're having a private conversation with me that my girl don't need to know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not her business. But that's what it's just something that you always said that always kind of resonated with me. And one thing I say about Sean is the type of person who, you know, if he doesn't want something that he knows to get out, he won't tell anybody. Because he feels like it's not even that somebody would be malicious. It could be a situation like a pillow talk, or you could be at work talking to your coworkers and not realize that your coworkers, but your coworker cousin is his baby mother's best friend or something, and you don't know that, and you like, man, so why Sean baby mother was like this?
This nigga is pillow talking. This nigga's pillow talking.
I'm sorry, but I trust him over fucking pushing them plats any day.
This nigga's pillow talking.
That nigga 41 with perm plats, and you
look
trust
at a
him.
nigga picture and say he pillow talking.
No, come on, Sean.
That nigga is 41 with perm plats, and you trust him at all, let alone.
And the crazy thing is, I love
that's how you get him to lay like that.
You know that's a perm. You know. That's a damn. Don't do it. I'm not doing it. Stay natural, brother.
I might come back to Sabrae for the shake up.
But I always get
this nigga's pillow talking, bro.
I'm sorry. You just want to believe in Pusher TEA so bad.
But nobody ever got on Pusher for being a street nigga, beefing with a nigga who ain't. Look, from my hood, you don't get points. You don't get points beefing with somebody that you're not supposed to be beefing with in the first place.
Right. Well,
and not getting your album sales off that shit.
Gonna say it's competition. You know, it's all rap competition.
Because that's a.
Is it really competition?
That's a cop.
Is it really competition?
It's not a competition.
Is, you beefing with a nigga, you ain't even getting no sales off that shit. What are you here for?
Where did you get from it?
Like, you really jumped out the window like, bet. Niggas was on my side, young. Tour dates.
You couldn't sell out the shrimp boat.
You got humbled like Ashanti did when she sold 24 tickets. That's embarrassing.
So only that information is off limits when it comes to pillow talking?
Something I know my man told me, like, don't tell nobody for real. It's like, it depends on what it is. Like, if he caught an STD, I'm not telling my girl that. You know? Something like that.
They should be like, oh, so y'all dirty ass niggas.
Or if he's married and he cheating, I ain't going to tell him. Because now I can't hang with him. Or women. No, seriously. This is true. Or because
that's a fact.
Have y'all ever been in a relationship and like all y'all close, right? Y'all girls are. They start to get close because y'all girls.
Yes.
Females have this camaraderie. So like, if she knows some shit, she like, Jerome, he fucking over you. Then what you're like, yo, why the fuck you tell that shit? Nah, because you doing dirty. And then your man gonna look at you like, come on, cuz. There's some certain shit.
I bring a girl around, I tell her, mind your goddamn business. Your loyalty is to me, goddamn.
Now, both of y'all relationships. Right, now you gotta dump her for throwing you under the bus, for throwing him under the bus. Right. See what you did, bitch?
So y'all been
some niggas gonna be having control
throughout the whole
any woman I've talked to besides that one has like held it down. But some niggas don't run their relationship. Right. Their girls run a relationship with some. And I told what nigga? What's up?
Oh wow, no. But listen, so you basically saying that if your man is cheating, the woman doesn't let you hang with him.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, he cheating.
I won't say that. I mean,
going out with him. His cheating ass.
I'm just saying,
it's a possibility.
Even that, like,
I don't got nothing to do with what he doing.
Yeah,
but no,
I
have self-control.
No, but
that's the time, please. One time.
Some women think like. It's always that one friend, and he could be single. He doesn't have any obligation or commitment, but she don't want you, hanging around him because. But no man has ever forced another man to cheat. Niggas cheat on their own.
Funny story though. But these same women will have the thottiest of homegirls.
Yes.
And want to go out with this hoe every weekend.
Right.
And she be trying to put you, girl, you need to talk to him, girl. He have all of his friends, and he got a friend, and
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. I mean, I don't know. I just don't subscribe to that.
Do y'all take men everything?
Everything about what?
Pillow talking?
My what?
Oh, no. Some things are off limits.
Like what is okay?
Like if it's about my friends or somebody like that.
Like if she had an abortion, you ain't going to tell.
Nah, no. Certain things about my friends.
Some be telling everything because I be talking to girl, I be like, you telling me all this
some stuff is
I don't want to even want to know some of this.
Because you don't want her to feel uncomfortable. Yeah. You don't want it to be a weird vibe when they see each other, because they definitely gonna, we all gonna get together sometimes. So I don't. But I also, if one of his friends, like he'll be something like he'll be like, yeah, you heard, so it'll be something like this.
Don't write my man Chris out.
No, okay. It's so just like okay, let me think.
So
tell him that. Like no, so it'll be a situation. No, because it'll be a situation that hypothetically speaking, it could be like, oh, we not going no more. Oh, okay, wow, what's wrong? Because so and so got caught up with his girl. Da 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 da. It'll be something like that. Gotcha. And I don't say that y'all can't hang out. I wouldn't see. But I don't want to be around them, though. I don't want to be around the girl either, because I'm going to be like, but.
I'm probably the one who gets pillow talked about. Like,
yeah.
Wow. Let me tell you about this hoe. This bitch. I mean, no, seriously, because, most of my friends are, the ones who are, in relationships and stuff like that. I'm, the single friend, quote, unquote. It's being worked out by a team counselor, but whatever. From a yeah. Okay, so I'm this single friend or whatever. So, I mean, it's not like I be thotting and bopping per se, but it's I just be open to opportunities.
You know what blows me? Women that you deal with, they'll tell you all the stuff their friends do, this and that, and then as soon as you comment about what women do, you be like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, yo, you just told me your friends suck. Three niggas down the CIAA. What the fuck you talking about? Women don't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? You tell me. But the thing is, as a man, you should always keep it G. Even if y'all break up, you never speak about what your girl told, about their friends, because you never want to alter their relationship.
So have y'all got any information from y'all ex-girls before about one of their girlfriends, and then after y'all break up, you be like, let me see what that
No, I don't fuck around like
that. She told you that Keisha had a bottomless throat and you had to find out.
It's too many women out here to cross that line.
Yeah.
John, you was about to say something?
I mean, basically, it's definitely as simple as like that. Like, if you mess with my man and y'all was on some serious shit, I'm not chasing after you. I'm not.
No, not about your man.
She Keisha got a bottomless throat, young.
If your old girlfriend, one of her friends. You want to hit one of her friends.
Because if you
heard some shit about
if you've been with your girl, you know which friend you can fuck. Yeah. Or who easy to fuck.
They wasn't never my girlfriend, but we was a date, we was talking, I might hit some friends.
I don't even get that close. It's too many women out here to cross the line, because women are territorial. So
you're right.
Maybe
what if they come on to you?
So I don't know.
So if you're minding your business, trying to do your thing, so then they come on to you.
Accepting it.
So this is in the past. I don't know what year this was. Okay. So I had
yesterday
an ex who was a manager in a popular hotel. So I had a woman coming to town. So I'm like, yeah, can I get the hookup? She been hooking me up, but she asked for the reason. I'm like, yeah, I got a drink coming in. She's like, oh fuck no. What type of? First of all, she's married. Mm-hmm. I can't name the kids because I want to narrow it down. She has a certain amount of kids. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck are you?
Kids.
Why are you worried about what I'm doing with another woman? Women really feel like they're territorial. Once they had you, you should be off limits all the time.
Nah, another women. But yeah, that's why I was. That's
true. Mary ain't got choice. She shouldn't even care.
I don't care if she's
because this is what I feel about certain relationships, and this is men and women. A lot of people are in default relationships. They are not with the person that they really wanted to be with, and then they settle. So those relationships, those feelings, they still have emotional attachments to those people, because I feel like a lot of women.
I don't think guys do that, but I think
I feel like a lot of women. No, and I don't like the. No, I think it's men too. I feel like a lot of women, the nigga that they really love was cheating on them, or he just couldn't get their shit together. So then the next nigga who showed them attention, it was a halfway, not was a decent guy, but they still have those because. Once you are in love with somebody, it just doesn't go away.
Right. That becomes a you.
They settle for the corny nigga.
It could.
I won't even say corny, but the nigga who life is more suitable, you know.
So you can't be with the one you love the one you with that.
Exactly.
But I personally, I don't really care about none of that shit. The only circumstance that would be awkward for me as far as friends and exes and stuff like that is if you date somebody I got a kid with. It's kind of weird, because what if you have a kid with them and we share a baby? It's kind of it's kind of awkward. Outside of that, I don't care, because old work is old work. Your old news. I don't want you. You can go knock yourself out. I really just don't care. Like, I don't care.
I do care.
Yeah. I just don't care. Like, it's for me, I feel like if you care, like, women can never give me, like, a valid reason for why they care, though. It's like, why do you care? What if that's the perfect guy for your friend and it just so happens that you had a thing with him a couple years ago and that's over with, it didn't work out for you. But it's all it is, though. Okay, well, maybe that's her one. Like, what if it's the one? Like, what other reason would you have other than you're jealous? You don't want to see her get from him what you couldn't get from him.
I think men have like a, who's, like, my man don't know every woman that I've talked to, but the serious ones, they know because they've been around. And we call those untouchables. Like, no matter what, like, I got 3 untouchables. But I got 2 baby mothers. So that's automatically
I feel like
2 untouchables. She gonna get touched, but I mean, but none of
I get that. So it's levels to it.
None of my inner circle.
It depends on how serious you were with the woman, because not everybody that you date is somebody that y'all like almost got married or almost was thinking about, marriage or something
like that. But
I feel
like your inner circle can decipher. It doesn't have to be a discussion.
Yes.
Bitches be different though, Sabrae, though, because bitches will be like, you could start hollering at a girl, and a girl will find out that you talking to her homegirl, be like, girl, he was in my DMs 6 years ago. Bitch, did you say yes? No? Well, you hold your L.
Right.
Like, you missed out. Like, that's what they'll do. And it don't even be we texted 4 times. Like, what?
Like, we used to talk, and it was just
like
y'all
literally
really
like converse.
And they leave that open-ended thing out there.
Yeah, because
it's like, for me, I know definitely, like, it's been different types of loves, you know what I'm saying, that I had. And the relationships that I was in before ain't the same that I'm in, like, right now, because them past relationships, I ain't gonna say it was like high school love or college love or, like, you know what I'm saying, but puppy love or whatever, but it was a different time, and those was like long distance relationships.
Right.
You treat that woman slightly different, like, you know what I'm saying, you not having to be around them more now. And you fucking grown.
Right.
This time, like,
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a different type of thing. So, like,
high school don't count as far as that, in my opinion. Like, if y'all used to date in high school, come on now.
Mine kind of counted.
Oh, well, yeah. The big right.
It's a life decision.
I have 2 friends that have been in long-term relationships with women that I used to date. And it's dope because the reason I say that is because, like you said, you don't know who soulmate. Who say, oh, your soulmate is not somebody that your friend didn't used to date, because I wasn't the right man. I was shitty to those women, and now they're kings to those women, and like it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, because some women will really like just try to be friends with everybody in the area,
right?
So that you can't talk to nobody. It's
That's
like,
wild.
no, because I'm friends with her and I'm friends with her and I'm friends with her. They will see you interacting with somebody on social media and want to go be buddy with her, so she can say, oh, well, that's my ex, so you can't talk to him. And it's really just you trying to stake ownership over something that's no longer yours.
I just say keep it G with me. Like, if we folks, he's like, hey man, I know you used to talk to Kira 3 years ago, and we hooked up at the bar, kind of feeling her like, what you got my blessing.
I feel like what it boils down
that's
to.
how I pull some of my friends.
Yeah, like keep that shit G. Niggas do trip, but they trip if you keep it away from them. Like if you do like
then it makes you look like you're being sneaky.
Exactly.
And that's what it boils down to. I think most of that anguish comes from you feel like, oh, you was probably trying to get with them the whole time. When 10 times out of 9, it's not even the case. Mm-hmm. It's just something that happens.
Right.
Like, y'all can have my exes. I don't want them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So, moral of the story is, Sean.
Man, fuck these bitches, Mo. like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like
communication.
And me and my friends are different. I'm not going to drag this on. But even, like, if I got a girlfriend, right, and she try to go smacking my man, that's not the one for me. Hit her. You got to hit her. And this is why. I know this is sound. Women are the most powerful creatures on earth, like, by far. I'm not saying this to cite y'all. Y'all really So, I'm not going to say this. Back in the day, one of my closest friends, his girl was trying to fuck me, and I told him. He didn't believe me. He started beefing.
Wow.
He found out later she was fucking with a whole bunch of niggas, right? And he came back and said, you know what? I knew you was telling the truth, but she had my heart. Yeah. And I'm not mad at him, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't go home and suck and fuck him. Right. I'm not a faggot. I mean, I'm homosexual.
Thank you.
Sorry. So she gonna go home and say whatever, you know, this and that. So, like, I know I could be that person. I'm not beyond saying that I can't stay with a woman if she cheated on me, this and that. Right. But I do know if you hit her and you my man, now I know I can't wife her.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't hit her, I might say, you know what, we can make this work, this and that.
So it kind of
you
helps
gotta
you
fuck
out
her and tell me.
Right.
Then I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing with you. And I'm not mad at that because it's different if you going to smack at my girl. But if she going to smack at you,
right.
You doing me a favor
and they be
and get you off one.
Y'all smart enough to know. Y'all smart enough to know. Y'all be knowing what y'all doing. Even if y'all get like a tease from a guy or whatever. Like even if it's y'all's goal to get that attention from us by doing this type of thing, you shouldn't let it go that far if you really care to really further this.
Right.
But at the same time, like some do like and think that it's going to like I don't know what y'all be thinking sometimes.
I don't do that because that's just wild shit. Like whatever, like dating your friend, that's gay.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, no, it's not gay. I'm sorry, but that's just
it's unnecessary, and it's just like it's messy. It's messy, and if you want to be messy and hoey, then that's on you. But not if you want to be respectful.
You gonna be for the team. Wait till y'all break up.
What you need to do is when you meet that woman, go to her out with her friends before you get serious.
No, with the
make sure you pick the right friends.
Listen, that's the problem though. We be gung ho for you little motherfuckers when we meet y'all, and then we meet y'all friends and find out they was like, hold up, he not even the cutest.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
But I gotta meet his friend like on like the first date. I gotta go like a group outing. So I
done met joints and be like, yo, your cousin is way tougher than you.
Your sister.
Yo, why is it? Yo, are younger sisters better than older sisters? Is that me?
Nah, it ain't
the
true.
younger.
It ain't true. I want to be talking about the same people.
I feel like the older sisters were the test. I'm like, all right, we fucked up. We got it right with the younger sister.
Oh my god.
Younger sisters.
Well, wait, Vanessa
sisters.
Simmons or Angela Simmons?
Vanessa, because
Angela's not like
bird, but she fatter.
Angela's a black girl lost now. We got to get her back.
But I'm saying,
I always thought Vanessa was cuter because
she cuter.
Angela looked too much like her goddamn father for me.
But I'm just saying. But contrary to what y'all point, hold on, wait. Vanessa's older.
Yeah.
In that situation, yeah. But I know some girls in PG County.
That's the exception.
The younger sister.
Yeah. All right. So okay, let me say.
And they be TTG.
So okay, Vanessa looks better, and she'll be more wife material. Who would you rather fuck?
Angela, because I seen her shaking in that.
Thank you.
I seen her shaking in that baby the other day. She looked real soft. She looked real soft, but that baby
and she's stupid.
Yeah. I would say that too. But no, what's her name? Seen green and shit too though.
Who?
Vanessa, the oldest one. That's the
oldest. I don't think she don't got enough
experience.
Angela.
She seen green and shit.
That joint probably mediocre.
Like to the point it will blow.
She stay in the cut too much. I don't really know what kind of person she is.
I feel like Angela would be mediocre.
It's because
she's soft though. I see she got that soft skin. I see
she's doing what she's doing now, and it's kind of sad because it's like you went from this virgin till marriage, and now you're like a single mom and no longer virgin, and all within like a 2-year span. So you're kind of just like lashing out at this point.
Younger sister.
You get that late whole phase. It's important to get your whole phase out the way before you 30, so that way you don't look crazy.
I don't think she's a hoe. I just think she's green. I think she's sweet. I think like you can like talk to her and you're going to hit like a hoe and easy. It's two different things.
But I'm talking about a whole phase.
I'm glad Bad Boy didn't get it.
Let him tell it he did.
He probably did. I'm pretty sure.
He did like a. Somebody asked him about getting the neck from her and Sierra, and which one was better.
Who he said about?
Bow Wow corny, but he done hit some tough joints.
He kind of said they was both like neck and neck.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's wild.
Sierra looked like her head would be too strong.
Yeah. It does look like powerful head.
Yeah, it does.
Like there will be a whole lot of. Because she got a lot of this. She got real
steroids in her neck.
I feel like that joint's probably like.
I'm like, hold on, bitch, get off.
She doing the tornado with no hands.
Well, is it true that because women who can dance can?
I believe that.
Perform better?
Possibly, but can you do it with a dick in you? That's the problem. Like,
Thank you. You can move all that shit. Can you do it with the view in you? But no, just like they was doing that
arch challenge and all those girls were doing those arches on social media. They were just arching. And I'm like, that's cute, but when he puts the dick in you.
I know a girl I actually dated. She could dance like a motherfucker, and she could.
I think she
is. I think she. Or used to.
When I was
living, not stripping no more.
But that's true. Because living in Atlanta, I did mess around with a few strippers, and they was good.
I know you got so many pickings in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I heard Atlanta.
Well, yeah,
because a lot of
like 80% like gay men, so it's like the window is wide open
everywhere. So.
How's dealing with that? Like They be like, "Ooh,
it's like a candy store."
It's just like
how you pick one? You can't.
I mean, when I was working with the magazine, I didn't really have to go after anything. It just come to me.
Layup.
Yeah, because I was
no
always
3-pointers.
I was always driving the Ozone magazine truck, so
gotcha.
I just pull up and start talking, and it always just happened. Like you can feel the vibe.
For a magazine?
Yeah, and I was just a writer, but people want to be a part of something, So I got to go to all the video shoots, all the video sets, and I be when they passing out magazine, they think I'm like. Really important.
And I'm not saying you're that.
No,
I'm not saying.
I didn't think I was important, but like how XXL and the Source they had like the eye candy of the month.
Yeah.
So ours was stripper of the month. Mm-hmm. So we had to interview strippers. My
That's
first interview with the magazine was in a strip club. Like my first, I was interviewing these rappers. They had a song called "Woody," White Girl with a Booty. So we went to the White Girl strip club. So cool. my first interview was in the strip club. So it's like I was around that all the time, and then I lived with my cousin one time, and she did makeup on Love and Hip Hop. So she used to have girls over the house all the time. So she threw me the alley-oop. It was times I was laying in my bed, minding my business, and girls just come down there and get in the bed.
So
wow.
And even with us throwing like the parties, women think you have access to like your plugs. I don't really have plugs. It's my party, so I can decide. But like, it's a lot of women just like.
They gravitate towards power.
Yeah. I don't have no power. I'm just throwing a party.
Perception of power.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If you're the door guy, the security, you may attract, and that's why it's so dangerous for a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's dangerous because a lot of women throw themselves at men of power, but then when they actually hit it, then they play the victim like, well, he had so much power, so I felt like I couldn't. I had to go through with it, but that's what you wanted.
But Sabrae, you were exactly right. A lot of women be fucking you to get something from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when they don't get exactly what they wanted,
they feel
the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
and then when I was working for the magazine, when I would come home and like visit, it was like kind of worse here because people that knew me here, they'd be like, "Oh, JeeVan doing it? He doing it."
I'm not gonna lie. Flowers had some hoes.
Yeah, so it's like all the joints I ain't hit back in the day.
Queens.
Going crazy.
Queens.
So now that do they be talking to you different people that you couldn't really get back in the day? Do they talk to you different now that you're published author, touring, and all that stuff?
Now they trying to like get married. That's they
don't do it.
See me as the marriage one.
Reconsider.
But are you thinking about marriage?
I am. Yeah.
But what age you think you get married? You 31?
I'm 32.
32? I'm not. Hey, please. I'm
32. Next month, don't rush my life.
I'm not pressuring you. I'm not
pressured. My dad got married at 37, so I'm not pressured at all. He had me at 32.
Yeah.
So
okay.
My dad is a king.
Yeah, and he's single now. So.
Oh, okay.
So, but when it happens, it happens.
You have any kids?
No, I don't. When God tell me to move, I move.
Oh yeah, you better run because these joints.
I gotta use that. Sabrae, ask me a question.
These joints. When you gonna come here on time?
When God tell me to move.
It works for everything.
No, God was like,
I gotta find somebody that's equally yoked with me. Because me working and what I'm doing, I do everything myself. So I be busy a lot. Like even when I'm not like talking from my book, I'm in my office in my house working, like calling those schools, writing more, and practicing my speeches and all that. So somebody got to understand, like I can't give you attention all day. Like I really can't. So
oh my God, yes, thank you.
Finding somebody who's busy just like me and got something going for them, that'd be perfect. Because then they can understand what I'm doing and support me and believe in me and like knowing like I'm not going. Because I had to learn how to calm down the way I talk to when I was dating girls. Cause like, listen, I'm not doing this today. Like it's either this or that. You can leave. I don't give a fuck. But I had to learn how to be like, listen.
It's real though.
It's not rude. That's being straightforward.
Yeah, but the way I deliver it, my delivery was like, no, I'm gonna call you back. I'm like I told you earlier. But I had to like, listen. I'm working on my passion right now. I'm trying to be a millionaire, so just give me some time. I'll call you back later. I had to come from a different way. But talking to somebody that's doing something like me, they understand. They got to do themselves.
But would you be mad if whenever you did have time, she ain't had time for you?
No, I would understand. I don't be tripping.
He in Atlanta. He got plenty of hoes down there. Don't do something.
I ain't trying to talk on the phone all night.
I didn't even want to talk.
I just was asking. I was asking.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's very true though. Because a lot
Rashida.
of times when you're really busy, and that I find that issue too, when you're really busy, if somebody wants your time, they don't realize that you don't have a whole lot of it to give, and they kind of got to just be patient with that. And if you can't handle that, you can't really. It's really just not gonna work because you gotta be busy too, bro. Like, you got too much idle time. That shit is dangerous.
And then I had to really understand, like, it's not always them. It could be me. So I can have a girl over my house, and then I say I'm about to go work, but I know I got a girl in my house laying in my bed. It's like, man, forget this work. I'm gonna go chill with her because it's like my kryptonite. Like, man,
then it starts distracting you.
So it's like I had to realize you can't even come over right now. Like, I gotta stay. Like, I gotta get this out because this time is money. And if you come over here, you may not be bothering me, but
and it'd be crazy.
I know I gotta have a girl laying in my bed right now.
Sometimes they be like, oh, they can deal with it,
right?
But in the mix of it,
I always say that.
When you get there and it's like an hour past.
Oh, it's the same thing.
And you know what I mean? Like,
that happens a lot. A lot of times women will be like, oh, yeah. Oh, you're not looking for a relationship? Oh, with me neither. Like, I'm cool with all of that. I'm going to go with the flow. And we talked about that on a recent episode. Women making a mistake of going with the flow when they should be direct or and say what they want. And if you don't know what you want, you have to take that time for yourself to figure out, okay, am I cool with that? Because you don't have to answer immediately. You can be like, well, let me think about that and see if I'm cool with that type of lifestyle. And let me really look into myself and see if that's something I can go with.
Yeah. But sometimes you go into it being honest and then feelings change. You might go into it like, well, I'm not looking for anything because I'm never looking for a relationship.
You
know, how I be ending up in them.
But niggas fuck up too because you can't hit them with that raw dick. You know what I'm saying? The condom dick and the raw dick different. You know what I'm saying? The
communication is key a whole lot. You gotta really tell them what you want.
But you gotta listen though.
And then your actions gotta match your words. So if you tell a girl that, you know, I don't really want to go out like that. I'm not trying to be serious and like that. Then don't be on the phone with them late at night time. Don't be taking them out all the time because that's too
right. Is you doing boyfriend shit?
No, there's no such thing as a boyfriend shit.
There is because there's certain things that men are going to do for if there is no differentiation between the things you do for your lady and the things you do for a woman you're just dating or talking to casually, then that's kind of weird.
Yo, us going out is not.
What does that mean? No, but
me paying for you. That's
we're not talking about that.
He just said going. He said going out,
but like going all the time and like doing like real romantic things, stuff like that.
Yeah, don't be like I'm not looking for a relationship.
Right now, go on the pumpkin patch.
Because
no, but no,
that's kind of romantic. That's romantic.
No,
that means I want you to marry me.
Not marry, but you want to be like more serious.
So if you don't want to return, I should just be fucking you and we should never go out.
No, that's not
this level.
So I'm asking.
But no one ever defined boyfriend stuff yet. You kind of just ran with it. But what I'm saying is there are going to be certain things that a man will do for his lady that you won't necessarily venture off to do for somebody that you're just casually dating.
So Yatta, that's what I'm asking.
So, no, it's not like taking them out, but it's men that will make you feel like he your man.
And he knows what he's doing.
And you kind of have to be clear about that. You have to have a boundary.
Texting and calling every morning, checking on you throughout the day.
If you try to get the pussy, how you get the pussy if you don't do those things?
Be up front.
Just say I'm trying to get the pussy.
You don't gotta say it like that.
Okay, let me tell you. Have you ever talked to a woman like, yeah, I like you, but not enough. I just want to fuck, and she gave you some pussy?
Yes.
No. I'm asking these two men.
Let me see.
If you gotta see you twice.
Yeah, twice.
Okay. Did you find out they were hoes?
Huh?
Were they hoes?
One was.
The older ones are more prone to that.
No. It don't work. You gotta do this little bullshit.
Did you try?
I care about you. I care about your interests.
Did you try?
I ain't never said nothing like that.
Did you try it?
All
yes
that.
or no?
Yes.
I don't feel like you was like, hey, I'm just trying. Yeah.
This is the way I say it. I've been around. I'll say I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to chill.
That means you trying to fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not taking them out and doing all that.
One I'm gonna say was a 40-year-old.
I'm not taking them out.
It was a 40-year-old, and that was probably 26.
40-year-olds, they know what they want. Yeah. I'm talking about the women like our age and a little bit younger. 40-year-olds know that they can be married. They just want to fuck. I'm talking about a woman that you actually like, but you might not. You just want to kick it with. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to tell her as she feeling you, hey, I'm just trying to fuck, and you're going to get the pussy.
Well,
so guess what? Let me take you to a happy.
I don't never tell.
Let me take you to a movie.
Happy hour is not romantic because you're going to get me drunk so you can fuck.
But if I carve a pumpkin with you, that means I want you to.
No, it's levels. Like, let me take you. Let's go somewhere, and I'm gonna bring my kids. I'm gonna have you meet my kids, or whatever the case is.
See, you done gave her a pumpkin that you carved with love.
Look,
I'm not one at a time. We having two different conversations.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not. How about if I ain't want you to really meet my kids, but we just meet up and my kids is with me? I didn't know.
But that's still okay. It's like, oh, let me take you here. You know, let's get our kids together, or whatever the case is. Stuff involving kids, stuff involving like personal stuff that you would do as if you were in a relationship. You cannot say I don't want a relationship and then treat her like you her.
So if my OG uncle having a cookout, I'm like, hey, invite some hoes, and I bring you. That means this is what I'm thinking. my uncle said bring some hoes. I brought you, and then you like, oh, I mean his family. No,
yeah,
it's free food. It's glizzies and burgers because
then bring me a plate.
Because men don't think like that. If you look at your male friends, if you bring them around there, they're not gonna say, "Oh, he's serious because he's bringing her around."
Well, nobody wants to meet your dusty ass friends anyway.
But my friends are family.
But they dusty, and nobody wants to meet your dusty ass fucking friends.
Hold on, you my friend? You dusty?
I'm male friends. Don't get it twisted.
Shout out to Sean's male friends.
But
and so, bro, you know all my. We close. I don't have no like dirtbag friends, but if I bring a joint around there, they just be like, yeah, you just bring the joint around. You know, I'm like,
do people? So are there people out there that
unless you made some type of
if a nigga don't say it, I don't care what conversation you have. If a nigga don't tell you that he's working towards that, if you want to believe, oh, he's doing boyfriend shit, that's on you.
So perception.
So that's like saying, a woman she suck your dick and swallow it out. Oh. She wants to be my girlfriend because only certain women do that shit. No, all bitches do that shit. Okay, I'm not going to say that, huh?
No, all of them don't.
All the bitches I know do. So anyway, okay, I'm not going to say, oh,
yeah, you was lying to all them bitches to get pussy.
If you ain't plant-based, I ain't doing it.
You don't allow your resume to get the job you want?
Actually, I haven't yet.
Yeah, I be lying like shit.
My resume allegedly pretty decorated. I don't really have to do that.
But no, you're smart. I'm not as smart as you. I be lying like shit.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm proficient in Excel.
This nigga don't even know what the logo looks like.
Spreadsheet time, you out here looking weak.
No, but let's end on that though, guys. This is a really great show. Thank y'all for that man law. A little bit of those tidbits for the ladies out there, I guess.
We had to have y'all come on our show too.
Hell yeah! What's up? Shout it out.
Shout it out.
Right,
the Baseline podcast, backed by the everydayweekend.com.
Hell yeah!
So yeah, we're gonna set that up real soon.
Yes,
We don't have too many ladies on, so that's gonna be good.
Yeah, 100%.
Great combination.
These two are. No matter how much we beef or we talk, I love these two women. Like I do anything for them.
When did we beef?
Exactly.
No, it's not really you. It's be me and Sabrae.
I know. I hate that.
Like I wish we had boxing gloves.
I do.
I
keep saying that.
I mean, I wouldn't knock her out. She would win, but I would sneak one in.
Just get a pillow. Get a pillow. I always do that. Hit a girl with a pillow real hard. You can't hit a girl with a pillow real hard. I do that all the time.
Hey, when you pillow fight, you take your extra.
They start talking shit, pow, and they can't really do nothing because it's a pillow.
I'm getting a knife.
It didn't hurt.
The pillow don't hurt.
Nigga put aggression in my pillow fight. I'm getting a knife.
They be sitting there like, you see
pillow. You see how you take it to the next level like that?
Hit the right in the back of their head.
What if you hit me in my face with a pillow and my eyebrows come off? Then what?
When I do get a pillow fight with my I'm trying to take her fucking head off.
You gotta pay for the next appointment. That's it.
No, I do these
water balloons, snowballs, all those things. Fair game.
I'm gonna knock Sean the fuck out with some boxing gloves. Hit him right on the side of the head.
It's back by the Everyday Weekend. It's called the Baseline Podcast. We do it we drop it every Wednesday.
Apple Podcast, SoundCloud.
Yeah, we on everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we on everything. iTunes, all that.
Who produced that?
My man Jason, my partner with that is Jason.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
shout
talk
out
to Jason.
JeeVan with the book. Shout out to Unite. That's the brand.
UniteAP.com, JeeVanBrown.com. You can get my book on Amazon, Kindle, and iBooks.
A lesson learned.
Shout out to her too. Shout out everybody.
Hand over Armor.
What's up, Armor?
Upper Marlboro.
Get the fuck in the show. In the show.
Put the roof back down. Unraise the roof.
No, that's the Upper Marlboro.
Hey. What? Oh, wow.
I thought that was a touchdown.
Shout out Cap Heights. You hear me?
Shout out Glen Island, Upper Marlboro.
Hey, we gotta go catch this.
Oh, yes. All right. Yes. All right, cool. Yeah, catch y'all next week.